Alright, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a good one. So, goal for today is main scenario. I'm going to ignore that mail. And I believe we start in solution 9. We've also got the fun sort of, should we say, criteria that my laptop is trying to install something. So we'll see if we can get through the main scenario without that happening. I don't think it's gonna auto restart, but heck if I know. Oh, that's Tornlock Savage, okay. I was going to the wrong marker. Alright, I've got like 3-ish hours in a dream. Let's try and wrap up Dawn Trail. I was gonna say we've got a Queen Sphinx to beat up, but we don't. I am also around the wrong way. I will never learn where I'm going with Solution 9. I love the style, but man, do I hate coming here. Right. I am heading to the back room. Let's go. The Sphinx. Oh, my boy has gone missing. Tragic. If you have a moment, Ixia, Geode wants to take stock of the current crisis. I believe we may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. Shit's hitting the fan, Shale. So to drag you into our meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the state... No, I was reading that right. Since the state funeral. And a clearer idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us as well. First things first then. Let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. But you haven't heard anything about new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged, as far as I know. That's the good news. The bad news is I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. King of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man that can override it with such impunity? Calyx. He lived in the age of the Storm Surge as I did. But he's tired. Lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electrope technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless, that he might continue his efforts into the present day. So why isn't he dead? We turned off the terminal. Reservation's early goals seem noble enough. Exploring treatments for Levin sickness, designing Everkeep's core system, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he was ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivations, only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he's employed the stimulants to convince Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for 5,000 who register the Neo-Regulators. But this is merely one part of Calix's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw aether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless thousandfold. That's my magic key, McGovern. If we mean to foil Calix's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Which, unfortunately, is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of the Everkeep, but I failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. That is a big fucking spider crawling across my floor. Okay. No, you keep going, buddy. Oh god, am I gonna have to deal with... Oh, that thought shell. I've got a spider to deal with. Okay. Spider dealt with. Where were we, Shale? Give me a little more time though, and I'm sure I can sniff him out. We don't have time, Shale. We gotta go. I'll help you. What have you been doing all this time if you're still looking? While Gulujar and Shale are working on that, I think I'm gonna take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems are cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calix. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. I'm a healer, not a brawler, but alright. Count me in. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep, so we shall stick to the shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, you two. I appreciate the company. I have to speak with the city's administrators about bringing in the Landsguard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Tuliolal. Alphino and Alize will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover that sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I'd like to join XIV's group, if you'll have me. You got a weapon? The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. Thank you. I'll do my best not to be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Geo. Don't do anything stupid. You'll change your tune once we get back with the goods on Calix. Then the drinks are on you. Come on, let's continue this outside. We're about to watch a man die. Shell, say goodbye to you, buddy. It's gonna be like run over by a stray bus or something. Sven, thoughts? My almost to ensure the happiness of Alexandria and its people. Sure you will. Oh, he's got a plasma gun. Pew pew. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Me? I'm well enough, given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact of life, they're greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It is only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the spectre of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices for this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. And you think we can handle that responsibility? After everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I woke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. We're giving this man too much personality. We best not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when a battle might find us. Oh, I believe someone came prepared for just such an eventuality. We've given her a book. Is that the grimoire you retrieved from the Old Castle? Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. If that's the case, it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. I guess that makes sense. 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Ixer and I will take the east. Oh god, the man's definitely dead. Very well. We shall end up patrolling the plaza past True View and wait you there. Gio, you're not developed enough of a character to come with me. There's gonna be a murder attempt on me and it's gonna get him instead. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat to the people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that'll learn us a tidbit or 2 we didn't know before. Why do you keep telling me about escorts? Every single time. By this point, buddy, I've been doing it for a while. Hello, tiny citizen. Well, sentries and airwheel are safe to be around now. I just know it's gonna happen again, and maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen Sphene said so. The memories I used to drink around here all the time. I made sure not to overdo it when I had work the next day, but once we were past the busy season, or when the ladies weren't amenable to my company, well, you'd have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning, or afternoon. The worst I ever got was on what should have been the worst day of my life. If only I could remember it. I was still wearing a regulator back then. It was also the day I first met Shell, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. Grieving citizen. You want to hear my story? While I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear, there's not much to tell. If you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His airwheeler dropped him right out of the sky and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know that's not so strange these days, but he never bothered with one. He's at peace with the idea of dying someday. I thought I understood what that meant, until it happened. Someone's happy. How much have you had to drink, Biddy? What does me in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now that I've gone through with the registration, I've never felt more at ease. And once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers. Of the 5,000 slots available, over 3,800 have already been filed. So, if you're still hesitant, you've not much time to make up your mind. Mark my words, friend, when there's only a few slots left, it's gonna get very ugly. Ixia, word? I feel like there was a new factor in these stories we've heard. One we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. I'm just gonna pick all the wrong options. The fact that nearly 4,000 people registered is worthy of its own report, but are you sure there wasn't something else? It's the... Let's get all the dialogue out of this. That's a point of concern, don't get me wrong, but I think we were acutely aware of it already. Yeah, that's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we normally think about. With the supply of souls cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties from the recent attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. So let's go around on the street over to the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help us confirm if this was a pattern or not. I'm going to assume it was, because what better way to scare people into wearing a regulator, because death could come at any moment, than to kill off people who weren't wearing one and go, see? Look what you could have, what these poor souls could have avoided from this horrible, tragic incident. And then we're just gonna have regulator people murdering each other to get neo-regulators and have their souls harvested. Well, the other day at work. Hello. Oh, hello. How are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected air zones. Can you narrow it down to the recreation zone then? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating perimeters. Injured. 87 individuals. Casualties. 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators. 0. Kill off the unregulated. I wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators? Sorry, but I was assigned to clearing away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assume the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered around that were quite the chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. Ixia, I think it's time we rejoin Kron's Sphene. I was half joking with my boasted shell, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Carl say to meet them in the plaza just outside of Cherryview? Let's get going. Buddy, I'm still worried for you. Every step of the way. Oh, I haven't spoken to this thing over here. Let's go over here. Boop. It's once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. That's why I know a fair number of the names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who jumped for joy when I brought them packages. The old lady who'd always greet me with a smile. I'd hate for anything bad to happen to them. They have decided to give this guy entirely too much backstory all in one go. We've got to protect Geode. I'm not gonna have a say in the matter, but we need to protect Geode. So essentially you're saying that the people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators? Well, the numbers are still tentative and only apply to that one zone. We don't know how they stack up against the overall data, but it's definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed their regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? I can tell you. Based solely on the lack of any regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become an endless, or if they simply failed to acquire one of the limited devices. Those who wear no regulator at all? They've clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they've chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calix has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. But there was no need to kill anyone. With the way things were, the people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. He needs souls. You make a good point. Perhaps this sowing of terror is in service to another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives taken. Come on. Put those two brain cells together, Ixia, my boy. Right, sanitation worker story. She saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies? Now, where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Erenville from the sentries in the outskirts? That Usher Malachite told us much the same thing. I can't remember what voice it gave you meant. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it. Can't mourn the dead if there's no body. That both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if this substance was present at either sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us to not only an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calix's murderous actions. Sorry, my phone is going off. Beep, beep, beep. Oh no. Ixia, we need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. I believe your members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? Geode should stay put. Damn it, our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Geode, are you about to become fine dust? Geode, are you going to be our answering link by turning into fine dust? They're attacking each other?
Stay back! Stay away from me!
Run, man!
Leave him alone!
Are you all right?
What happened here?
A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me...
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
No! Someone go with him. Geode! Oh look, they're not wearing regulators.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with us
No!
recently.
I'm deeply invested in that child.
Quickly!
Save the boy! Oh.
Ryakwe!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape.
How bad? Oh, real bad.
Mother, please.
Oh, real fucking bad.
Isadora!
I'm here for moral support, apparently.
Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
Really? Because normally when we have blood on the floor, that means death. You know what? Good for her. She's gonna make it.
Sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Thank you, miss.
Oh, there we go. I am gonna help. I have decided to help. That bed doesn't look comfy. At all.
Will she sleep like that forever?
God, I hope not.
No, not forever. She'll wake soon, I'm sure of it.
And only one pillow?
That's good to hear.
That's the flattest pillow notes, man. Sorry, Milos.
Thank you for saving her.
I don't like the music slowing down. Oh no, it's the title card. I thought it was about to be something horrible. I'm glad we're starting this off on a harrowing note. Oh, we've got the dramatic music going on. Alright. She should recover in due course. I'm glad we arrived when we did. When I was sick and couldn't move, my mother was always at my side, always keeping me company, and I'm gonna do the same for her. I think you should both leave. Oh. Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have had to waste time tending to my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrade back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I heard the sounds of fighting. I am sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. I want that. You agree? Well, comrade, you think he may have been struck down? If he's wounded or worse, I should go to him. Wait. Please. It isn't safe and you still need rest. Would you mind staying with Milos and watch over Isadora for me? We will tend to your friend. Thank you. Please be careful yourself. Don't worry, 2 healers, we got this. Going here. Oh! But he zoomed. Alright, Krell. What's the haps? What hath occurred? Isidore is going to be alright then. I'm so glad. I've just finished my ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. Brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. The sentry was behaving normally like any other, then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Galax commanded them to commit murder. Oh, Have either of you seen Geode? Because I'm worried. Is it over? We came as soon as Wokwe sent word. I am sorry. By the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius locked down, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we should search for Geode. I agree. Since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, then they could be prime targets for the next attack. Please, do what you can to shepherd. Yeah, no, I was reading that. Shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Do you like this ominous music? Oh, thanks. Here, take these communicators. We've made modifications to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal, and have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Wokwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck. Stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding area, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. I'm telling you, we're not gonna find him. We're gonna find a pile of dust. No, bring back the ominous music. I like that stuff. I love that I haven't done any side quests. It's just like, here is a child minding their own business. I don't think he's gonna be safe. No signs of Geode. Telling you, they suddenly gave me all this backstory from him, made him a really sympathetic character, and we need to find dust pile somewhere. So try the apartments first. You see no sign of Geode. Wokwe's voice crackles forth from the communicator. Geode? Geode, answer me! There's no response. Perhaps you should continue your search further east. I'm gonna find, like, the communicator in, like, a pile of dust. Just neatly stacked. Oh, this is a long surveying. Oh, no sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. Oh. Ooh, he's currently alive.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode! Geode, are you there? Answer me, please!
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
No, you're gonna hear him go down, girl.
You're alive! Thank the gods! Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join it.
Oh. Oh.
That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells.
You know too much now, Geode. Geode, you fool, get out of there! Oh no, it's an old man!
Shit.
Geode, don't be here! This could be... Oh no, Geode! Oh my god, just throw the gun. Geode, just throw the gun!
Damn you!
Grab the old man.
You can't be here! You need to run now! A trap!
Geode, no! Thank you for giving us the information, Geode. I don't know if you're getting out of this one, buddy.
Take care of the others, eh?
I knew they gave you too much backstory, Geode. We're just gonna find more dust. Oh, I'm just gonna find more dust. Oh, there you go.
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe?
If he's turned to dust, he could be in the breeze by now, Sven. Okay, that doesn't mean anything though, he threw that.
Geode!
Oh, he took one out. Oh, there he goes. I knew it. I knew it. I don't feel happy that I'm right, but I knew it.
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether.
Oh god, murder him now.
But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Why is it question marks? Let's say we knew this.
Calyx.
Can't wait to murder a small child.
What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
Called it. That's the way he was gonna do this too.
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now? I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance.
Okay. Your point. Time to break it up.
Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promised to halt my harvest?
No, because then you would just go for the reflections, and that's not fair to them either.
It was foolish of me to even ask.
It was. Man, I can't wait to punch Chad in the face.
I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
Bring it, buddy. Okay, how has this helped you? This is my geode-flavored aether canister now, I guess? I'm gonna have to go into a shale now. Are we gonna mourn Geode here? In the hall? Right, there are no words. Do we mourn him here, guys, or are we going to wait until we can have a proper funeral for him? This pile of dust, these ashes, and the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection's stolen aether allowed for many more endless, why, that too would be a notable sacrifice for the greater good. Who could even think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well there is naught noble in this sacrifice. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession. It falls to us. We will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents in the reflections elsewhere. Now, he wants the key. We are currently holding the key in Alexandria. From a completely logical point of view, that would not... clearly not go along with the plot, because the device... the key has to be in play in order for this to sort of happen, right? Would this not be a logical time to go up to any of the dragons that I happen to know and be like, hey, you are a being of giant amounts of aether with a lot of power. Can you just hold this in some far-off nation? And Calyx probably won't realize that I don't have it or where I've hidden it. Like, if I hide it off... Or heck, if I give it to, I don't know, Genbu, for instance, that's 1, really far away, 2, also in a weird volcano setting, and 3, guarded by vague amounts of power? I feel like we've got better options for this key to keep it out of hands, but hey-ho. We should return to the back room. Shell and the others need to know what happened. Yes, I'll ask Quokwe to meet us there as well. My memories and yours. Oh, you're just gonna teleport me, probably because this isn't technically an area. So, Geode is now dust. And a power battery. Hug your sister, please. This seems so morbid. Hey, he was your friend. Here's his battery.
Our dear Geode.
The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calyx, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calyx for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him.
These are all really high emotions, nostalgia, and that's how you end up next. She shouldn't be allowed outside.
Where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry. I won't do anything stupid.
You really shouldn't be going off. We've just lost Geode. You go out, you're not wearing a regulator, you're a prime target. Oh my god, someone please go with her.
Stay here and get some rest.
Oh thank god.
I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you holding up, Shell?
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calyx is hiding. But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Geode.
I don't know. We'll give you time, but I don't know how much time we can give you. Can we have that? Can we... For Geode's memory, can we turn that into like a bomb? Presumably Calyx is, you know, the same as other Sphene was, so is technically just holed up in a computer somewhere. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Jude was... he was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Shell knew him longer though, and is surely taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Kakuya. Do you think you could check on her and see how she's doing? She likes to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. There. She's 3 feet away. She could probably hear. Thought screw her. Ah, yes, indeed. Shell, how are you holding up? Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Trust me, I've faced a lot of death with loved ones. You're right, I ought to heed my own words. As it stands, I'm of no use to anyone. Kakuya used to say the best thing to do with grief was to let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you were shoulders to spare. Right then. Let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Alright, see everyone a bit later. I'm gonna go be moral support. I swear to God if somehow Hoshifon is brought up with this, I'm chucking the game away. It's a fair trek on foot, so I've arranged for a couple of air-wheelers. They've had the communication modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we'll set off. I would far rather use my bird. Ready? We'll be flying close to the pylon, so follow my lead. Shell, we're gonna die. These air-wheelers are good old babies, so you won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. I have one. Years now I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode will come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We'd often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Turn him into a wheeler. He can still go with you. It's an incredibly morbid thing to say about your friend that you've just lost, but turn him into a wheeler. Well, still, I like the idea of turning him into a bomb. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. Still like the idea of turning him into a bomb, him being the right last, like, fuck you, Calyx. Phew, that's helped clear my head a touch. You know, might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least, the memories from my regulated days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. I doubt it. Anytime I've walked in here, there's been something. See? Told you. I got this. Don't worry. I might have this. Yeah. Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Now that it's not this slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we? I guess we shall. Shale, I shouldn't be drinking.
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa.
Wow, I've been saying her name so bad. Kafkiwa. Kafkiwa?
Will you raise a glass?
Anvil, I'm sorry. I'm pronouncing your mother's wrong still. I'll raise it, but I really shouldn't be drinking it. Oh, I could have said I will in spirit.
Oh,
Hello.
what are the two of you doing here?
Drinking.
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
You can take my drink. I shouldn't be drinking. Every time I drink, something goes horrifically wrong.
I suppose I could spare a moment.
Don't like how that music faded out.
Tell us, Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Not particularly, but go for it. Like, I haven't really thought about your organization outside of Quest. It hasn't spurred my interest, but maybe it will now.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I'd recently lost someone close to me. I'd also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company.
You were one of those girls, alright.
So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed. It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us.
Aww.
But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this, and why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Alright. I appreciate you helping me through this. And not only the grief. You've helped me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized, which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part. Then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Spell speed, I guess. Darkness in the hut. It's time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Krell for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in there that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans? Phone call, apparently. XIV, is that you? Apologies for calling suddenly. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts, and I cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be most appreciated. It can wait until after you've finished attending to Shale, of course. Seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I have others to speak with before I return to the back room. I've got a Sveen to speak with. You're right, it won't be the same without Geode around. We're just going over there. Okay. What horrific event are you going to find, Sven? Where is Sven? Hello. Yeah, thank you for coming. As I mentioned, I would benefit from your worldly experience. Perhaps it is my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I'm yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I fear something's not right here. I don't like the creepy... I saw someone today who was like, man, the music in Dawntrail was mid, and I feel like it's got a lot of creepy music going right for it. You're not wearing a regulator. Don't you know the end is coming? Well, it's your life to lose. Me, I got myself one of those Neo regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the numbers of registered users. Right now it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems to shut up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. Pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Oh, please tell me you brought more Neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors there are a few left over. Surely the government still has some, or perhaps Queen Sveen? I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then I hardly gave death a second thought. But now that I know the truth, it's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on there. There has to. Greetings. I remember when you visited with Queen Sveen. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when our machinery might turn murderous, the spectre of death is ever present. People are terrified and the clamour for Neo-regulators has reached fever pitch. I personally was fortunate to have claimed a new device early on and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. They're gonna suddenly turn on all the people in Neo-regulators and then they're gonna start murdering people. You've invited the hive mind onto yourself. You know, people are weird. So, what do you think? Was I right to worry? Yes, that is exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into a full-blown panic? Potentially now. Hold on. Boop boop. Ixia, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here with Limichi and Alphino. That sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. Telling you. You wanted to know when shit's going down? Now. That shit's going down now. Oh, I turned that off. I turned that off.
What's happened?
Screen?
Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn. Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you. Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail. Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gotham. As for its source, well...
Alex.
Someone turn the terminal back on.
There is no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death.
Go forth, take neo-regulators.
Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity. Hope for it, wish for it, pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Val Wuklemat! You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuli-Yolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us? Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion.
Okay, but you can live a peaceful, mostly life in Tuli-Yolal instead of the place with the death lightning.
No matter where we go, or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tuli-Yolal will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do?
Rise up. Become Queen Scene.
I am not their queen.
Rise. I need to see Wuklemat's nails. Oh my god, that hasn't helped at all. You like, I just want to. Not helpful. Let me have a look at your nails. They don't sit. Okay, they sit better on that model than in the cutscene. I'm trying to work out if they look lifted. Alex has access to the core system, which means that if he chose to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond his reach. Yet, if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Wicklamat, please, let them take shelter in Tuliolo. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations, and we'll be able to pick up the pace once the land guard arrives. In any case, we best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense, and we must prepare for possible violence. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. Surely we'll find a clue of some kind soon. He can't elude us forever. Violence and fear. This is not the future she envisioned for her nation. Tuliolo would gladly welcome every last Alexandrian with open arms. What of the nation the late queen was so desperate to preserve? What of the bright haven of peace and laughter? Clemats. I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. I will protect Alexandria. That was the promise I made her at the last. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why would you feel this obligation? I saw myself in her, I suppose. We both felt the people's joy as our own, yet alone we lacked the strength to protect them. There's so much that I love in this world, too much for me to take in my arms and keep safe. And that made me afraid. I needed someone who shared that love and fear, so together we could do what we couldn't by ourselves. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I just wish that we could have been friends. So when she turned to me in her final hour, desperate to safeguard Alexandria's future, I swore that I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found the friend you needed. I would be yours as well, Sven. Whenever you fall or struggle to rise, I'll come running to the rescue, and you do the same for me. That's how we'll protect the things we love. That's how we'll protect Alexandria. You're right. You're right. This is their moment. Let them have it. Right, got a bit sidetracked there. We should probably be on our way. Do we patrol or see if Shell needs a hand? There you all are! Convenient. Goloja! Ah, splendid. We were afraid we'd miss you. Alize and the others said you were here. Good news, Ixia. We finally found a chink in Calyx's armor. We discovered laboratories on Everkeep's 10th level that once housed a preservation initiative. Initiative? Initiative? Invitive? Nope. Initiative. I was right the first time. Yeah, nope. Containment Complex 1029, it's called. It's been falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, it hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. We don't think this is where Calyx is hiding as such, but it may well contain clues that will point us in the right direction. I'm sorry it took so long to get this far. If you're interested, what do you say we all go and check it together? Thank you for all your hard work. This is a huge step forward. Hand up. We need to take the lift to get to the complex. I've cleared this expedition with the relevant authorities, and have one of our people waiting to operate said lift. Let's not keep her waiting. Are there stairs? I don't know how much I trust technology. Is there a set of stairs I can just walk up? I would vastly prefer that. Going up. Oh, it's the other lift. Ready to head on up? Next up, 10th level. Why is she so far ahead? Keep up, keep the group together. Otherwise we're gonna get split up. Once again, good music. I like this music. Can't wait for the soundtrack.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
2 years.
It's so dark I can barely see.
You're a cat. Help clap lights on.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit.
Just giving myself a cramp in my leg. Ow! Sorry, Shell. I'm in pain. Ah!
You got the lights working!
Got a map working too.
Smell how stale the air is. This room hasn't been in use for many years.
It was thanks to Kryl and Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City. As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
Convenient.
So I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author. We then began accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contained those same symbols. After a grueling search, we finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860, the entrance to the facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
I'm glad you got breaks. That would be child labor, Gulu.
Those concoctions would probably do me more harm than good, but I appreciate the sentiment.
You don't want a horrific fluorescent colored liquid?
In any case, this next part will require your helping hands.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx. We're more than happy to help, of course. But I wonder, won't he realize we've found this place?
Then we'll have to be quick.
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
Michelle, that's a vengeance line of thinking that's gonna get you murdered. You all know our main objective. We need to pick up Calyx's trail. And I've learned of a certain device that should help us do just that. I'll explain how as we proceed, but according to the information I was able to dredge up, the device in question should have been installed in the director's office. Now as for where that might be, yes, this map matches my data. The room we're in is the Researcher's Commons, located in the western side of the complex. The director's office is to the northeast of here. So we should cut across the circular chamber in the middle, yes? Yes, we should, but unfortunately for us, the interior door is locked. We'll need a security key with the appropriate clearance to open it. Judging by the mechanism, it'll probably be a card of some kind. Can't you know, work some electro magic? I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time. It may well take a while to crack it. And in case I can't, you might want to look around and see if anyone left a security card behind. Considering the state of the place, it does seem like they abandoned it in some haste. I shouldn't be surprised if we found one. Very well. Let's get to searching, shall we? I expect we'll have the most luck looking where the researchers kept their personal belongings. Close cooperation will be necessary. Alpha hits will appear in different color. Okay, personal belongings. This be the only desk with drawers already open. You can tell at glance desk former owner left some things behind. Oh, could be what we're looking for. Try it on the door and see if it opens. Oh yes, not a card, a card-shaped object. Uh-huh. It's open! You did it! And a good thing too. I was getting nowhere with that outdated circuit. I'm curious though. Why would they abandon a faculty like this? Oh, facility like this? It was run by Director Dimitri, so that terminal there told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture further inside. Let's continue onwards. The door to the director's office is across the central hub. There's probably more. There was undoubtedly more to be done just by looking through everything and talking to everyone, but I am nothing if not, oh, can she read this? For security reasons, Containment Complex 1029 has been registered as a materials distribution center. Keep this in mind and conduct yourself accordingly, both inside and outside the facility. Each employee must perform their tasks within their designed workrooms, the researcher's commons, the proto lab, the Dutra lab. Entrance into another workroom without official clearance is strictly prohibited. Carry your security card at all times. Your clearance level dictates the areas to which you have access. Equip your regulator at all times. Due to the highly confidential nature of the research materials and other data managed within this complex, Preservation retains the ownership of, and the rights to modify, the memories of all registered personnel. Access denied. Please log in with your personal account to continue. Complex Director Demetrius. Proto Lab Chief Eosfor. Deutero Lab Chief redacted. Is Deutero Lab gonna be Calyx? Alright, we're not gonna immediately be able to go in because our security clearance isn't gonna be high enough. We're gonna need to go through every room. No good? Maybe we need a different card. Yes, the scanner is demanding a level 3 security clearance to open the lock. As much as the delay chafes me, we'll just have to comb through the nearby rooms and hope we stumble upon the card we need. Let's start our search in the proto lab. The door is already open at least. We'll find a way through together, Shell. I'm sure of it. Proto lab. Proto lab. Alright. The way this room is set up. The canister inserted into that large device looks to be a soul cell. Could this be where they conducted their experiments to create the Endless? But we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding a way into the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Galuja mentioned a locker over in the corner that he couldn't open. Perhaps you could take a look? What is on the data tablet? Today I began my employment at Preservation. The organization was unfamiliar to me, but when the recruitment letter arrived, I had a gut feeling that this work would be far more fulfilling than any orthodox medical practice. My instincts were correct. Master Calyx's philosophy is a refined ideal of notions Oh, that is right. The refined ideal of notions I've only ever vaguely entertained. That mankind must evolve beyond the shackles of its flesh and blood existence. In a meeting with Director Demetrius today, I've heard others praise his genius intellect, yet he seems but a gutter candle in comparison to Master Calix's blinding brilliance. This morning I was permitted access to the top floor, and nope, other way around. I was permitted to access the top floor and observe the workings of living memory. As predicted, the shortage of Aether required to sustain the Endless is reaching critical levels, yet Queen Sphene insists on continuing her ineffectual flailing. Milala colleagues, including the Protolab chief, have been behaving in a decidedly suspicious manner of late. Should I report my concerns to the director? From tomorrow, I have been assigned to assist with a research product in the Deutero lab. We're scheduled to conduct a major experiment, the details of which I have been kept ignorant. It would seem prudent to back up my memory data. Well, you turned into a... You were probably the first to go. Welcome to a shut tight. Input in correct number, order. Get to uncover. Speak with your comrades. Okay, I need to speak with people to find a number. And German, I'll read it to you. The results of experiment 158, 159. Show marked improvement in Aether extraction rates. At last we have achieved the target value set by Master Calix. 158. Though I will become endless as per our ascendancy protocols, I will preserve this historic number along with my few remaining worldly effects. Preserve that number, Okay, so 158. Do any of you have a number, or is it just 158? Please excuse my impatience. The means to track down Calix was the means to track down Calix are close, and I'm itching to get my hands on them. Okay. Do you have a number for me? First shall teach me how to use these machines. Okay. Well, Clement, do you have a number for me? It seems about the research they did in here. Let's take a look. Experiment 148. Submitting inference candidate 201930 to be considered for efficiency procedure review. Experiment 158. Maximum value of 11509 recorded. Comparative study to be included in the report. Alrighty then. Oh, and one more. Experiment 163. New proposal produced a result of 9834. Decreased value varied. Well, I have no idea what any of that means. Maybe it makes sense later on. Right, that is a lot of numbers to throw out. Let's try. Select the number to put a combination. Enter up to 5 digits. Right, 5 digits is 11509. 1 1 5 0 9. Eh. Woo. Ixir, you got the locker open. And you found another security card. Oh, but does it say level 2? We needed level 3, didn't we? Yes, but it should still open more doors for us to explore. You did well, Ixia. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards. I guess I imagined they'd be more... what's the word? Bloodless? Mechanical? My parents were once part of preservation, if you'll recall. It would seem the researchers who agreed with Calix and his philosophy underwent the conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not, or would not, eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot. The researchers kept journals in their data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex, and afterwards it was decided that everyone would become endless. The writer was really happy about this. You can tell how much they admired Calix and his work. The entries ended after that, but maybe you can read more in the other tablet there? Right, let's move this investigation to another room. Well, we have the Judora lab and the maintenance facilities left to search. Both are accessed via the southeast corridor. So it's back to the hub and the locked door across the way, which will hopefully yield before our new security card. I'll take the old one if you'd like. I doubt we'll have much more use for it. Alright, new area. I read that data tablet. Okay. Down we go. Boop boop. Yes, it opened. So, where should we go first? The Deutero lab or facilities? Let's start with the lab. Shield, there doesn't seem to be any power here. No, not at all. It's possible the energy supply for this room is on a separate conduit, which means there should be a contingency for opening the door. Look here, there's a sign above the card reader. In case of emergency, backup power can be rerouted from facilities. The facilities room is down the other branch of this corridor. Let's see about getting the power restored to the Deutero lab, shall we? The illusion of free choice. Oh, it's the Omega music. Engaging power supply? No good. It's returning an error. There must be a preliminary procedure. According to this error code reference, if this power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time, then we need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and the security control panels. Shield, that's the emergency generator over there, isn't it? Yes, and by the looks of it, it's the same model we used in Heritage Found. But how does it send power to the other lab? Nah, I see. The energy cable attached to the base of this terminal leads down the hall, directly to the Deutero lab. Which means we need a way to connect the generator to that cable. What about these patterns on the floor? Could this be the circuit we need to reconfigure? I believe you have the right of it. Using the control panel set to each of the tiles, we can create an unbroken path for the power to follow. What I wouldn't give for an instruction manual. Indeed, if we look around for any written procedures, I'll keep digging through the terminal's directories. Might I also ask someone to operate the generator? I can do it. I've used that type of machine before. Then, would you be willing to try and reconfigure the circuit path to Ixia? The rest of us can help by supplying Ixia with whatever information might be found on the circuitry configuration. I was able to glimpse part of a warning symbol behind the containers. From what I can make out, it said, "Caution, circuit will not function with duplicate patterns." I suppose that means only one of each circuitry panel can be set at the same time. Generator doesn't seem to need any fancy settings. As long as it's running and the circuit is fixed, we should have a power supply ready to go. And take a look at this diagram. There's a note in the bottom left about backup power. Configure the full circuit control panels to provide an uninterrupted path. These symbols must represent the room we're in. And that square in the top left is Shell's terminal. Then the bottom right should be the generator that Gulujara is working on. It's hard to make out the rest. Assuming these are four tile patterns, the bottom right is a square and the top right is half a circle? That's something to get you started at least. Bottom right is a square. Where are they assuming bottom right from? Because they say bottom right and I go from here. But the picture looks as though this one should be bottom right. Oh no, this would be bottom right on the mini map. Right, you need to be a square. Above that needs to be a circle. And then these can't be the same thing. No, you look as though you should be a square, a circle. No? Unless you are supposed to be a circle. And you're supposed to be the square. And you would be diamond. And you would be triangle. No, because then you don't connect. Okay, you have to be square. Brute forcing wins. Who needs clues? Just brute force it until you win. It worked! We did it, Ixia. And the Judora lab should now be fully powered. Well done, everyone. If I may, Shell, could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves and one of the labels caught my eye. Preservation, the early days is the title. Of course, it'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. Ah, it looks to be a text-based account. I'll read it out. Preservation, an Alexandrian institute for technological development, was founded by Calix, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came during Alexandria's involvement in the Storm Surge, with Calix's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity and casualties mounted, Calix funneled Preservation's resources towards the perfection of a memory storage. Research into this field continued even after the Storm Surge came to an end, with Calix eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a virtual domain. So this account is from before he embraced his endless existence. Hundreds of years ago. I met him only once, before the Storm Surge began. I was attending my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Calix I'm having so much shot. God, I think I need a drink. That's the real answer. Calix could not have been more than 10 years of age and required constant treatment for his debilitating illness. Yet still he published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not be lost to the injustices of death. Even now I can hear the single-minded will behind his words. So it was that when war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to the somber youth and his proposals for preservation. Several years later, the ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by my son's succession to the throne, I suspect they spared me the reports on endless research and other less urgent matters even. So you had no way of knowing what kind of person Calix was changing into. Did he change? I wonder. Perhaps he's ever been the type to value ideals over compassion, and I failed to see it at the time. Or perhaps he did change, but it was still driven by those same deeply held beliefs. That mortality is cruel and unjust, and his role is to deliver mankind from this fate. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? If I've done my job correctly, the door to the judo lab should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once over just to be sure. Hooray! Right, I desperately need a drink because I'm lifted down. Let's finish off this quest first and then I'll go get one. The energy current seems stable enough. Still, you should let me handle this one. The security card, if you please. Oh, and a quick prayer that a shorted wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Good luck, Shell. Godspeed. Calculated evolution. Right, let me get a drink first. Okay, we continue on. Right, I'll get this door open. We're gonna be coming up to the dungeon, surely. Phew, smooth as silk. Let's head inside and see what awaits. What horrors persist inside this lab that I apparently can't walk around? Gods above, isn't that... It's the key. The key to interdimensional fusion. That looks to be a schematic on the monitor. And they've used it to make another key. But isn't it missing the shard inside, like the one Ixia has? We may have been laboring under a misconception. The key was originally a Milala relic. Once this treasure came into its possession, Reservation began working to harness the powers across dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that all the vessel's components were constructed here, so what might that tell us? That would be the logical conclusion. Yes, it is as my parents explained. The key remains shrouded in mystery. Preservation augmented it with electrope, but never grasped the technology's underlying principles. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of interdimensional fusion, not who imbued the key with its power, not when they did so, nor why. Now it makes sense. Calyx can track the key because its vessel was made by Preservation. I believe there is much we may learn in this room. On our next visit, I will have to enlist Ishtola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about a great many things, but pinning down Calyx's whereabouts is our priority. Hopefully there is a security card here that grants access to the director's office. The research conducted in this lab appears to have been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons, and that means high security clearance. We should spread out and look for any cards that they left behind. Remember, anything less than level 3 is no good to us. So presumably, this means, given that this is the closing out of Dawn Trail, and next patch will be leading into the next expansion, I'm going to assume we're going to use the key to hop to a different reflection. No documents, binders, no security cards. Oh, did you just find a security card? Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's have Shell examine it to be sure. Where is Shell? I've just walked straight past Shell, sorry. Well, well, if it isn't exactly what we needed. Nice work. Oh, at level 3! That should get us into the director's office. So, what was it you were hoping to find in here again, Shell? You were saying that a certain device was going to help us. Right, I haven't probably explained myself, have I? I'm looking for a data relay. After we discovered this ostensibly abandoned complex, I performed a cursory investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. When I traced the data's routing, I confirmed traffic from a web of Everkeep security cameras. Considering the way Calyx is always one step ahead of us, we must assume he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. To monitor what you, as the key holder, are planning. But since Calyx is the ultimate recipient of those transmissions, the flow of data is like a river that we can follow back to him. Which is why I need a data relay. If I can analyze the device and see where it's all routing all the surveillance traffic from, then you can properly pinpoint Calyx's position. I'm just making up words now. That said, he has done nothing to impede our progress, which makes me think I might be on entirely the wrong track. Maybe the reason he isn't stopping us is because he can't? Back in the old castle, Calix said he was measuring Ixia's strength. What can he possibly dream up that's stronger than him? Big monster. Oh, speaking of cameras, there is another thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone deliberately disabled the surveillance feed in this room. The most recent recording was also crudely deleted. I was able to restore the data though, if you'd like to see it. I'll start the show then. Is it going to be Galul's mother? Because she seemed to be a plot point that just kind of vanished. Nope, that is a human woman.
Are you really planning to leave?
Oh, are we about to watch a murder?
Yes. The idea of eternal life. It's begun to frighten me.
I struggle to renounce our conventional wisdom. Death is the means by which life prunes its branches, leaving the trunk to grow strong and tall. We die so that our species may flourish. What would become of mankind were we to halt that process? If unending stagnation is the fruit of our labor, then perhaps we strive for the wrong thing.
Don't trust man that you can't see the eyes of. It's gonna stab you.
Your argument is a rejection of Master Calix's vision.
Go run, he's gonna stab you.
I suppose it is. Perhaps such dread would not plague me, were I capable of sharing his perspective on the subject.
But I cannot. He and I are too different, in too many ways. I lack his extraordinary genius. I had no illness threatening to cut my life short, no singularity of will to cut away all distractions and focus solely upon research.
I have nothing but respect for his determination. The way he overcame his prognosis and seized the means to transcend death itself. But I'm not convinced that this obsession with living is the right path. That's why I've decided to leave preservation and put all my effort towards building a legacy for the next generation to come.
Go, you're not leaving this room. You're staying.
Surely you...
Oh, shot you. Okay, I was expecting him to stab you.
Protocol, you understand. There can be no exceptions.
Loving that as the expansions go on, we get more murder with actual blood. We're moving up in the world. Actual death. She only wanted to leave and he executed her. I checked the images against the personnel data, and the man who pulled the trigger was Director Demetrius himself. Everything I can find on him pointed to a deep infatuation with Master Calix. The cameras in this room have been out of operation ever since that incident. Given that the recording was raised, I can only assume he was trying to conceal his grisly deed from the other researchers. I'm not surprised, given how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through a portal even as Preservation's agents closed in on them. I dared not ask what became of them after that, but if it turns out they were captured by their pursuers. I'm not gonna give you false hope, girl. Right. The echo. Knowing you saw them as they were. Your words give me great comfort. Oh, Kryl. Worry not, Sven. Thanks to the Haven of Living Memory, I was at least able to meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. Even now, we don't know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and Preservation. But what we do know is that your mother and father clearly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure no one could cross into the source or threaten their child's safety. Only they kind of did come back to the source. That's the whole thing with the lower. Right, let's press on, shall we? This tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. To the director's office! I can't tell how this is gonna go, or if this is gearing up to be a case of we do a dungeon and then right at the end of the dungeon we have the trial. And it goes. Boop boop. And there we go. Let's head inside. Now to find that data relay. And don't be shy, everyone. Speak up if anything odd catches your eye. Ixia, come with me. I might have needed that security card. Are we not all going together? This terminal isn't connected to any outside network, so it can't be the data relay I'm looking for. This office is also smaller than the map suggested. I'm positive we're in the right room. What am I missing? Oh, sorry, Ixia. Could I ask you and the others to search the office for any clues to this infuriating puzzle? I'm liking this, this escape from-esque thing. What's with the drinks? Maybe the coffee maker has the answer. Having lain dormant for years, the now active coffee maker has already begun into the self-cleaning cycle. It appears to have no other purpose beyond brewing coffee. There remains to be seen if it will be able to do so once more. Amongst other personal effects, you find what is presumably the director's data tablet. A closed locker stands next to the table. Nothing of note, the mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Temporary interdimensional portal verified. Continued attempts to stabilize the core's energy reactions. 13 researchers sustained fatal injuries in the explosion. Memory faculties of 4 personnel sufficiently intact for endless conversion. Remaining 9 designated for Aether reclamation processing. Nothing of note, rejected resignations of 2 Melilla agents. Major incident, details info report. Those 2 inept Melilla broke with preservation of absconded with key. It's only just caught on to me what the Melilla are. It's the Lalfell's cross parents. I was like reading it just like, a code word. No, it's the word for Lalfell over here. The fugitives have since been caught and eliminated. We were too late to recover the relic. The only reason we retained our flesh was to serve Master Calix's physical instruments to conduct his experiments. Deprived of the object of our research, our existence serves no further purpose. I dare not imagine the depths of his disappointment in me. The complex is to be shut down. All personnel will have their bodies reduced to Aether, which will be allocated for further experimentation. Memory data will be archived. Any endless conversions will be subjected to Master Calix's discretion. If he does not deem us fit, then we are not deserving of eternal life. All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition. Whether it be needed for experiments or otherwise, they must be ready to support future operations in whatever capacity Master Calix requires. To that end, facility equipment will be maintained in stasis mode. Furthermore, a critical component for secure room access will be stored securely to defend against unauthorized entry. Okay. Secure room lift access. Requires passwords to be input simultaneously at terminals in Protolab, Deuterolab, and Director's office. Have you found something? Thank you. A misplaced note, was it? With instructions for accessing a secure room, no less. Seems we need to enter a password on 3 different terminals at the same time. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No, a precautionary measure, no doubt. And if passwords are involved, I expect the access lift itself is concealed too. Concealed? By electrope, you mean? Could it be that wall? I thought it seemed odd when I walked past it. Remember when... I can't remember her name again. When Erenville's mom used to say, Shell, never trust an electrope surface. Truly? It never had that property at my time. He's having a little fun, I think, which means what we mean is electrope can project a false appearance. In which case, it shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door! I've managed to deactivate the projection, but the lock is another story. Didn't that note... who am I reading? What's the map? Didn't that note lay out password protocol? I say we go ahead and try it. I agree. 2 people should prepare the lab terminals for input while the rest of us look for passwords here in the office. I'll take the Brodo lab. Then I'll take the Judera lab. Actually, it might be better if you stayed, Sveen. Your knowledge of Alexander and his people could be needed here. Yes, you're right. If the passwords are hiding behind clues, that may be something I can help with. I can help too. I've lived my whole life in Alexandria after all. I will take the Judo lab duty then. We can keep in touch via communicator to match our timing. Ixia, you shall have the honor of entering the office password. Once we've determined what we need to input, take your place at this terminal. I'll stand by to guide Will Clement and Carl through the process. You know, there was that display plate over there. The one with the gems. I thought since it was made of electrope, it might have some other purpose. But I couldn't find any switches or buttons to make it do anything. Maybe you can figure it out too? That's because it's missing one. Missing a tiny square one. Is it going to be a tiny topaz? Excuse me, and nothing of note? That was... Oh... I don't like that. I feel really, actually quite uneasy about that. Like, I really don't like that. It's a pretty green stone. I think it might be Alexandrite. They say these gems were so treasured in the past that they named the kingdom after them. Here, you should hold on to this one, just in case. Am I not going to mention... You know what, I probably am not going to mention the locker to anyone. Let's put the green in. Boop. Oh. So immediately afterwards. Continue studying the display, you realize that these shapes correspond to the rooms of the complex in which you now stand. This may be related to the passwords you were looking for. Can you read this doctor scroll? Because I can't. Yes, I knew that jewel would come in handy. Let me see. Eat the stones? This must be about the special meanings Alexandrians have of gems. It's an old belief, I think, where each type of gem means something different. I bet if you asked Sveen, she could tell you more about it. After all, even her name comes from a gemstone. There's blue. Blue, green, red. Well, I was taught that Alexandrite represents the concept of protection. It is incidentally also the origin of Alexandria's name. Oh, are you thinking this is something to do with the passwords? A sapphire and a garnet as well, you say? Yes, they all have meanings. Alexandrite, as he said, is protection. Sapphire represents honesty and garnet represents symbolizes devotion. We should try these words at the terminals and see if they're accepted. I certainly hope we're right. We're set to go here. Clement and Kral are just waiting for their passwords. We'll start with Clement and Protolab. What would she enter? What up? I can't remember which one was the Protolab. Protolab is Sapphire. So Sapphire was... Sapphire's honesty. She should have devotion. And I'll do protection. Right, we have all three passwords ready. Now to enter them into the system at the same time. Thank God she found a step stool. Yes! Oh, I'm so glad that worked. That secure room is the only place we've yet to search. If the data relay is anywhere, it has to be there. We'll venture in as soon as Clement and Kral rejoin us. Once again, I'm not going to mention the creepy locker, no. Like, it's more creepy that that was a whole-ass grown-ass man and Calyx was stuck in an internal child body. Alright everyone, time to board the lift and see what awaits us. Let's go! Oh good, big terminals. More horrors that we can grab.
This terminal doesn't look special to me, but this is definitely what we're after?
It is. But whether or not it will suffice for our purposes is another question.
Ooh! Cameras!
The Endless are created using the memories of the deceased. But as memories are, in essence, collections of data, the resultant entities have no physical form. These data entities, as we might call them, have only two methods for interacting with the material world. One of these we saw in Living Memory, where the Endless are granted temporary bodies through the use of corporeal ether. They become much like solid ghosts that one can see and touch. The other method, which Kafkiwa employed, is the remote operation of a machine. But where do you suppose the Endless are to be found when not inhabiting a physical body?
Inside a big terminal. Mesa terminal, surely.
The Endless are memories, and if memories are data, then...
Big computer.
Yes, we suspect they reside in a virtual domain, one contained entirely within an electro-based machine. We've seen such a realm before, after all.
Oh, you mean like the Alexandria made from the Endless Fiend's memories? It all seems so real.
So this virtual domain, it would also be housed within the Meso Terminal.
But how? I thought we shut down all the terminals in living memory.
You did. And Kafkiwa's program performed just as she intended. The
But-
Meso Terminal itself was deactivated, as evidenced by the failure of the device which was keeping Spheen's body in stasis. Be that as it may, we face a master of electrope engineering. That he managed to partition and protect a sector harboring his own memories is well within the bounds of possibility.
Let us say that the Meso Terminal does indeed contain a second domain, and that Calyx himself resides there. This city, on the other hand, exists here in the Source. That being the case, I thought perhaps we could prevent his remote interference by closing the gate to the Golden City, and thus severing the connection between worlds.
Except I tried to close it once already when I visited Living Memory. The process required administrative authorization, a restriction I assumed at the time had been imposed by the Queen.
But now you think Calyx might be responsible.
Not the worst
Just
thought
as I
process.
suspected. Even now, security transmissions from throughout the Keep are being tapped by the core system and routed elsewhere. Almost every single one has you as its focus. He's keeping track of the keyholder's movements.
I don't think I even have the key. Did I not give it to you, Stola?
Time's up, and what a waste of time it's been.
God, I can't wait to punch you in the face, buddy. Fight me, you idiot.
Hoping to find me by tracing security data? That will not be necessary. Through a not inconsiderable effort, I've taken your measure and prepared a force sufficient to subdue you. Come. I invite you to the upper reaches of the Meso Terminal. The storage device which holds my memories is there. Break the memory bank and victory is yours. I, in turn, will seek to wrest the key from you with any and every means at my disposal.
And if we refuse this invitation?
And people start dying.
I will wait and continue to convert Alexandrians into Endless. Consider the urgency of the situation and make the wiser choice.
I'm ready to throw hands with a tiny child. Let's go.
Answer me one question, Calyx. The Endless Fiend. When she was queen, you had her face an impossible task, then manipulated her into using the key when she was at her most desperate. If you can do all that, then why not whisk it away when her plans went to ruin? Why let it fall into our hands?
You pour salt in the wound. That disaster was a miscalculation on my part. As her end drew near, Sphene and her restructured memories had become one with the terminal's control systems. In that singular place, in that singular moment, she wielded an authority greater than mine.
Robespierre.
Thus she was able to shield you, the neighboring sovereign to whom she entrusted her nation's future, and the hero to whom she entrusted that priceless key.
Beep boop.
I am unsure to what degree she perceived my presence, but she knew that someone was watching. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
Not really, but I think that's all we're gonna get out of you.
It does. And I'm satisfied that you will take nothing more from this nation. Not one more life, not one more future, not one single smile from another child's face. You hear me?
He doesn't look impressed. Oh no! Nope, bye. Oh.
Sorry for losing my temper, but there's only one way we can deal with people like Calyx.
Right, putting him down. Let's go.
Whatever grand future he envisions, someone will be made to pay the price. And I won't let that happen.
The look of Lucia in the corner.
If I may, I realize it is not my place to say this. Even so, I must thank you both. On behalf of my other self, allow me to say how grateful I am to have you as our champions.
No. I can't help but feel like all of this could have been solved with a giant magnet. Phew, that was an adventure. It may not have been like the method Shell was hoping for, but at least we now know where to find Calyx and what we need to do next. Indeed, while I remain curious about Preservation's research into the key, that is an investigation for another day. Then let's head straight to the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our next move. Please don't make me walk. Oh, I was about to say, please don't make me walk there. Erenville, hi again. How you doing? Situation isn't the best out there, but at least you've come back to a safe and sound. Damn, that bastard Calyx. He waited until I was this close before snatching away my moment of triumph. And that infuriating, condescending way he spoke to us. We'll see whose time is up, you smug little weasel. Anyway, I know things didn't go to plan, but we learned a great deal about preservation. The knowledge could come in handy in the days to come. Though I may not be able to contribute much to a direct confrontation, I mean to see this through with you all, providing whatever support I can. Oh, wrong person. I don't think she liked what Calyx said. One of her own, one of her own. Like so, we've briefed Erenville on everything that has happened and sent word to the others. We're now but to consider what next actions will be. Calyx has offered you the opportunity to confront him directly. And though it feels much like striding face first into an ambush, we have little choice. If we are to destroy the memories he supposedly has stored in the upper reaches of the Meso Terminal, then that is where we must go. I'm still upset at being deprived of my moment, I nevertheless did my due diligence. I can confirm that the relay we found was indeed transmitting surveillance data to a device somewhere in living memory. When you go to fight Calyx, pray let me fight alongside you. Let me fight for the memory of Otis and Zelenia, and for the other Sphene I may have become. But most importantly, for my beloved kingdom and a joyful tomorrow. Thank you for understanding what this means to me. I'll be coming with you as well. You know my reasons. It hardly needs saying, but your fellow Scions also have every intention of accompanying you into battle. So adamant were Alize and the others on this point that they have already left for living memory. I am more than ready to do the same. I'll keep patrolling the streets for signs of trouble, especially from anyone wearing neo-regulators. Should you need anything from me, I'll be on standby here in the back room. I really want to go with you too, but I know I can't. I know that sometimes you have to be patient and trust in your friends. Don't worry, tiny child. I'll beat up the other tiny child. Oh, XIV, Krell and I think that we should talk to Gosson before we leave for living memory. Under Calyx's direction, preservation has helped shape Alexandria's society for centuries. Taking him down will have serious consequences, and we need to warn the officials in charge about what we intend. Justifications aside, we shall be acting against the wishes of all who desire to become endless. Exactly. We don't know if Gosson will approve or oppose our chosen course. But either way, leaving without a word is the wrong thing to do. Come, we should be on our way. Resolution first, yes? Be safe, everyone. We'll see you when it's over. Byron Bell. It was lovely seeing you incredibly briefly. Thoughts on the matter? You might have to go and talk some people down, my friend. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Up we go. Go, son. Go, son. Go, son. Go, son. Hello.
I see. A difficult situation. In the absence of an official sovereign, I agree that it is not preservation's place to dictate the future of our nation. However, I also cannot simply take a side and declare my support for your efforts to defeat Calyx.
You don't need to. I just need you to not stand in my way.
Is that because of the new regulator you wear?
Ooh.
I've yet to register it. I find myself caught between the fear of dying and the desire to carry out the duties of governance. My greatest concern is how we shall stem this ever-increasing terror of mortality when becoming endless is no longer an option. And that's to say nothing of the recent slaughter committed by our own soldiers. The fact that such violence was perpetrated for the very purpose of creating endless will, paradoxically, make it more difficult to endorse your chosen course.
The Makers
It may not
traders.
seem logical, but for those who lost friends and family in the attacks, halting the creation process altogether would render the deaths of their loved ones utterly meaningless. Is it not cruel to rob them of what little solace they could claim, when we have only just learned what it is to mourn? Tell me, how are we meant to overcome such tragedies?
You need to learn. Cold turkey. I'm gonna go murder a child.
We stop begging others to teach us for a start.
Nope. Hello.
For the longest time, we've been protected by Queen Sphene and the systems put in place by our forebears.
Is this the random... It's been a while since I played 7.2. Is this the random guy that we were talking with during that? And I was slightly worried he was gonna die because he got her name.
The hardships and responsibilities of life were distant things, and we felt entitled to our comforts. Even as we barely noticed those who risked everything to keep us sheltered. But no more. From now on, we need to learn on our own.
I'm pretty sure that Viera is... Is she not the blind one from outside?
How to live with the promise of death. How to endure the pain of loss. We may never learn to love such things, but we may learn to survive them. The people beyond the barrier, even the Alexandrians of old, they've all had to live with these fears. There's no reason we can't do it too.
Yeah!
What are you all doing here?
Malachite called us in, and the Oblivion members briefed us on the current crisis.
I'm sorry, I cannot remember for the life of me where you were from.
You don't stand idly by while your house burns down. We came together and thought about how we could help.
Long story short, we've decided to join the fight alongside Oblivion.
Don't know how much help you're gonna be.
I say fight, but we're well aware of how little use we'd be in actual combat.
A battle of ideas, on the other hand. Now that we might be qualified to do something about. We'll talk to our neighbors and do our best to quell their fears. Convince them to make the most of this life and enjoy all it has to offer. Perhaps that will help to ease your burden.
It certainly will. Even if a few are assuaged by your words, it will make things easier.
Go forth. Spread the message of death comes for us all, but we're gonna take it on the chin. You've got a hard sell, boys.
Those who have already registered will be difficult to sway, but there are still many who waver. Those are the ones we'll concentrate on.
Gossan, if you truly care for the people of Alexandria, then now's the time to start thinking of ways to prevent more deaths.
Come on, Gossan. You've got this.
Were I to become endless at the expense of my countrymen's lives, I would regret it for the rest of my existence.
Monumental. Smash it. Come on.
Forgive my weakness. When the people have lost their way, it falls to the government to support and guide them.
Cute. Continue.
Alexandria can rise above this sorrow and find its way forward once more. Is that not so, Your Majesty?
Indeed it is. No, that wasn't... what I meant to say was...
Calm down, Sphene.
Amity, you used her name.
She's not hiding herself very well anyway. Like, it's a terrible disguise.
The perfect resemblance to our beloved Queen Sphene has not escaped our notice. Yet we also understand that you are not her.
You're right,
Having
this
to
is
live
the
in
older.
secret, unable to share who you really are. That must have been hard on you.
Allow us to introduce you to the really old Queen Sphene.
When you come back, please tell us all about yourself. I imagine yours is a rather outlandish story, but we're eager to hear it all the same. You're one of us, an Alexandrian, and we don't abandon our own.
One of us, one of us, one of us. No, she's
I
pissed.
promise to return. And when I do, I look forward to speaking with you all.
Yeah. Everyone was so warm and welcoming. Alexandrians are, as ever, a stalwart people. How glad I am to be home. And thank you, Gus. That decision must have been difficult to make. If only I could claim the courage to do so came from within. The final push came from Alexandria's citizens and their bravery in taking the first step towards change. Speaking of which, can I ask you to lock that neo-regulator away where no one can get to it? That should prevent the registrations from reaching the target number. I should be glad to do so, but I fear it would be to no avail. According to our most recent surveys, the number of neo-regulators in circulation exceeds the stated 5,000. To summarize, the surplus units are to account for those like myself who have had a change of heart, or are like otherwise hesitant to register. That does sound like something Calyx would do. Well, we'll have to face him either way, so no point in delaying the inevitable. On to living memory. Goodbye, Gosan. Am I gonna be zooped there?
Things seem much the same.
It's not gonna be.
So listen, you have nothing more to fear than any other normal day. Deep breaths. We'll get through this.
I think those normal regulators are gonna be fine. I think the normal Neo ones are gonna turn everyone insane though.
You'd be telling them much the same if you were here. I suppose it falls to me now.
And Phil, I'm worried you're gonna be in danger. Aw, I still love the fact that he's got the yeah. Your mum would be proud of you, Annabelle. I'm getting choked about your mother. What a lovely woman. Where am I going? Oh, we're speaking to Y'shtola. Y'shtola's with us. 2, 3. What am I actually on? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just want to have a vague idea of how far along I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 3 more. Stola. Ah, 'tis good to see our comrades hale and girded for battle. As for us, we've been ahead to inspect the lay of the land. There were no changes of note, aside from with the Meso terminal itself. Why? What's happened to the Meso terminal? The wall has receded to provide a convenient entrance into the structure's interior. There was no such ingress when last we were here, so we must assume that Calyx has since manipulated the terminal's electrop, all to facilitate his most gracious invitation to the upper levels. An invitation I'm eager to accept. For the sake of all who love Alexandria, I will not yield nor leave them to disappear. Right. I believe for everyone determined to be here is present and accounted for. Shall we make our way to the terminal? We wouldn't wish to keep our insistent host waiting. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Whoop. Kinda sad he didn't turn the lights on. Alright, dungeon time. I'm glad you're all standing in like a triangle. Well, here we are again, facing another battle to decide Alexandria's fate. For 4 centuries I slept here. Upon awakening, I found the world as I knew it had changed. I was so frightened at first. I couldn't recognize a single thing and thought everything I'd loved had gone to dust. Yet, beneath the unfamiliar surface, much remained the same. For that, I give thanks to Otis and Zelenia and their royal knights, who lay their lives on the line to defend our way of life. I thank every Alexandrian who believed in our future and passed on our legacy. I thank myself who so loved this kingdom of ours, and I thank you all for kindling this hope in my heart, this courage to take up arms and fight once more. So let us make our stand together and fight for what we hold dear. The kind and gentle Queen Sphene was too weak to serve her people, and so she will serve them no more. Freed from conscience, I shall become a ruler that can protect Alexandria, a devourer of worlds. Why is this the memory we've got? Ah yes, fond memories when she threatened to murder everyone. That we shall. Our wish to see Alexandria endure is one I am happy to fulfill. Let's head inside and finish this. In the upper reaches of this terminal awaits the device which holds Calyx's memory. It falls to us to make the climb and destroy it once and for all. Aye, we must bring matters to a definitive end. We'll not suffer him to cause Alexandria further harm, nor claim the key. The Queen entrusted it to XIV for good reason, and besides, it would be a tragedy indeed to relinquish a relic with so much research potential. Apparently, Calyx thinks he's taken your measure. I urge you to correct that misguided assumption. I wholeheartedly concur. Yeah, but still, counsel caution that he would be so bold as to extend to us an invitation bespeaks tremendous confidence in his preparations. Come, friends, we set forth into the midst of dreaming endless. Boom! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Who do we want to take? I want to take my boy. It makes the most sense. Ugh.
I won't let you down.
I want to take my boy, but it's... No, okay, we'll take... It seems more personal for Krull because of her parents, and I've got to take Speed and Clement because it fits them as well. So sad, my boy. Ooh, Unlost World. Once again, I feel like a giant magnet could solve all of this real quick. Alright, it's been a little while since I played Astro because I've been playing DPS recently. Alright. Let's go.
Ah, you've come. I'll begin by wearing you down.
Okay, go for it. Try me, bud. Oh, she's only an Arcanist. No, Spin. Oh, we're gonna be in here a while. Do you like these little shocky dudes? Oh, and they got the big punchy hands too. Boop, boop. So I am guessing we have this dungeon, then a trial, then something wrapping up. I reckon that's the 3 quests we got. Alright. I'm pressing wrong buttons. You can have that, and you can have that, and you can have that. I believe in us, we've got this. So can I read this while Clement's busy over there? What is preservation's purpose? The honest answer to the question is simple. To ensure the survival of mankind. In a world beset by lightning aspected imbalance, this means securing a place where people may live in safety, as well as establishing a treatment for the love and sickness which plagues us. Many approaches were considered. Hold up. I can still read it though. Many approaches were considered, but in the end, it was a youth of undeniable genius, who discovered the most brilliant and complete solution to all the challenges we now face.
I've created new endless for you. Not all are warriors, but they will follow orders. Kill and survive and so forth. Here, I shall prepare the stage for battle.
He's so nonchalant. Here. Go ahead, murder each other, see if I care. They're just hitting with the books, that's depressing. Bum, 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 bum.
Take this.
I don't want to die. Don't let me die. For a minute, I thought Buddy over here was just the head. I was about to be very concerned. Let's be like, got that. Yep, got another one. This should be boss 1 behind the door. Excuse me, Rook. I need you to behave. Okay. Boss number 1. I don't like the
Memories
circles.
of position. One who saves lives should be reluctant to die.
This is just the same model as Thingy. Oh my god, I can't. One of the Pandemonium bosses, the one with the snake parasites. I see. Oh, we need to be pushed back. I see. Biochemical front. You're just that one boss. What do you mean I can't predict attacks? That's not fair. Smart. Taking away that element of predictability. No. Oh, we just have. Oh, okay, I see. I kind of see. You know, you can have just literally every card. I need you to stop that. Should it? Okay, but I don't know what's going off first. No, leave me alone. With every mote of your being, can you use a couple more motes, please?
Try this.
You've overburdened the system. No matter, it served its purpose.
Excuse me, I would like that. Maybe I didn't, it's only materia. Alright, up we go. Didn't we parse the terminal like that already? Oop. Oop. Ah, and then there's more up ahead. Okay. What's in the box? Cheap bracelet, very cool. I'm never gonna see a chest piece or anything. I'm gonna find one on something that I don't use ever, like samurai. Alright. Next set. Oop, there we go. Okay, these are more doors. I thought for a minute they curve around the corner, but they don't. Whoop. Come on, come on, come on. Murder the bot.
Next, we visit a prison of sinister repute. I need not compel them to fight.
Ah, jail. Perfect. I love being in jail. I kind of wanted that. Ah, that's why. There's a couple of buddies here. No, new cellmates, is it? Sure. Try something with me and see how that ends, buddy. Oh, it's been, nope, she's fine. Mistake fixed. I don't want to try it, Sven. Alright, look. Trust in you. Let's go. I'm supposed to be trusting you. Ah. What's that? So presumably another prisoner, but big.
Take this.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. God, it's close to empty and I might actually have to call it after this. And still wrap up stream another day. Alright, what's in prison? Ah!
These are loyal executioners. They shall deal appropriately with criminals.
Interesting.
Your sentence is death. How long can you defy it?
Oh. Hi. I guess I'm gonna find out.
Criminals may run, but they cannot escape.
Ah. Okay. Can I be freed yet? No. How about we don't? And say that we did. I think this will fit for everyone. Stop. Oof. I mean, this is at least an interesting fight. Bit awkward to heal for it, but... Gold Crawl's about to die. Oh, Spin's free. Oh, it's just gonna be me. Oh, and I'm not an NPC. That's depressing. Hi. Oh, bye, Crow. Oh, everyone now gets to watch me. This is very embarrassing. Hold up. I need to get Crow.
I bid you continue on.
I'm not tired in the slightest. Where you at, Crow? Oh, you get full health. Oh, is that more shitty gear that doesn't have any sort of appearance? Wonderful. Oh, it's one of those big things. Alright. I'll take this indeed. Okay. Let's Give. Give. Boring. Schneewak. We've succeeded in transferring a soul stored within a specialized electrode device into a mechanical soldier, resulting in full control and function. No longer need we fear the erosion with lightning energies and... Hang on. Oh god. What that thought? No longer need we fear the erosion with lightning energies, which lightning energies inflicts upon the flesh and blood bodies. Yet despite this critical breakthrough, Master Calyx's individual... No, I'm missing a line. Master Calyx remains unsatisfied. He would divorce memory from soul, siphoning the soul's aether reserves, whilst granting eternal life to the individual's memories. Unfettered to a soul, memories can not only be stored but also backed up as data. The Endless will be beings of pure information. His foreshortened lifespan was perhaps the very perspective needed to conceive such an evolutionary path. Let's go. Are you ready?
From an age rife with death. The desperation will serve well. The enemy is at the gate. To arms, good soldiers. Protect your kingdom.
Ow! I've been attacked. Help! Go. So probably this load, then the next load, and then final boss. Coming into a wall. I will go no further. Yeah, will. That will give Sven the chance with it. Please keep me safe.
Hold still.
No. They're not gonna hold still for you. Even though they haven't moved. Right, off we go. There it is. Final boss. Well, final dungeon boss. Still technically a trial away.
Very well. If one by one they fall, I'll send them all as one. Recall the anguish you felt when you faced death, and rise. Rise to defend your nation, your people, and your loved ones.
Goop? Memory meld. Okay. This looks like something that's going to slam down one hand and then slam down the other. Yes, goop. Oh my god, it's just the celestial beast from Elden Ring. It's back! Oh good, I'm totally going off the edge. Let's go.
An amalgam of memories. Let us see how it fares.
I don't particularly want to, don't particularly need to. I guess I'm gonna.
It is the midst of the storm surge.
Ah.
Take this.
Okay. Save you? I see.
Countless lives are lost in the senseless conflict. War swells in scope and intensity.
Memento, everything now on fire. Yep, everything's now on fire. You are a punchy bird.
The bombs rain down without pause or mercy.
You are a punchy dude. I'm in the wrong place. Fuck. Knew that was gonna happen at some point. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What? That was gonna happen at some point. Alright, try again. Alright. Power.
An amalgam of memories. Let us see how it fares. It is the midst of the storm surge.
It can be in the midst of the storm surge for all I care. No, thank you. Yes, thank you, apparently.
Countless lives are lost in the senseless conflict.
Okay, not my problem, bud.
War swells in scope and intensity.
Okay. Gotta be awake, gotta focus.
The bombs rain down without pause or mercy.
Okay. Ah! Cool.
The spark of life is dimmed with every blinding flash.
This is all very dramatic, Alex.
Death is everywhere, pillaging the promise of the future.
And where will they run this time? Oh god. Oh good, now we're just kind of going for it. Wonderful. Why would I do that? I was safe and I've made the active decision to walk back into it like an idiot. You fuckers moved! I nearly died because of you. Book is potentially gonna die. I need you to stop.
Hold still.
I would love it if he held still. This way. Live in the tiny. Hey. Goodbye, goop. Hello, rest of the crew. In the boxes. Never will I see a top.
Sven? The Endless he sent against us. They were from the time of the storm surge, before I was placed into stasis.
As far as we know, the only sector to escape the shutdown was the one containing Calix's memories. Assuming a chronological system, every other memory stored in that sector would belong to people who lived around the same period in history as he did.
Calix, how long have you pursued this madness?
And how long have you been asleep? Because it's about that long.
We seem to have exhausted his defenses for the moment. I say we take advantage of this lull to press on.
Oh.
Calix!
Well done. I commend your perseverance. The entirety of my memories are stored within this device. In the early stages of Endless creation, we established several core tenets. One is a prohibition on memory duplication. Despite the inherent risks, I agree and abide by this. Memories are the essence of the self, and should not be diluted.
However,
we each have our goals. You seek to destroy your target. I seek to reclaim the key. Shall we forego the posturing and begin?
Do not doubt that we are here to fight, and I do not mean to lose. Yet, as one born of the same era, I must ask...
Why?
Why do you pursue your evolution with such fervor? What do you hope to achieve with this eternal existence?
Your question is meaningless. I have ascertained a superior path to mankind's preservation, and that which must be done is that which I can do. What other reason do I require? Surely you have seen it. Traditional survival strategies are at odds with an increasingly complex society, leading to a breakdown of order. This course promises no liberation from pointless conflicts or inane tragedies. Physical traits do not represent the limit of our potential. Why then should we relinquish that potential when our hearts cease to beat? I realized it was past time that we corrected our heading. Nothing more.
Even then, you were always so single-minded.
You tell him, Sven.
I too have a vision for the future, and your plan is not a part of it.
You tell him, Sven.
I won't let you harm another Alexandrian.
Then fight we must. Thankfully, the entity I now summon will make short work of you and your comrades.
A summoning.
Nope.
What now?
Just turn the lights off. Ah.
What was that? A chill? No, something else. I feel so cold. So weak.
Your mind games won't work on me.
Alexandria, a certain emotion is taking hold. The fear of death. Terror for the eternal darkness that will, without fail, engulf the lives of every living thing.
And you're feeling all of it?
Allow me to introduce it to you.
Oh no.
I got it! I got one!
Oh, they are starting to fight over it.
4,999! That's how many people he said they were up to! I made it just in time. Now to register. Death can't touch me now. I'm free of all that crushing fear. Forever.
Congratulations to all who have acquired a Neo-Regulator. We have reached our total of 5,000 registered users. The day of deliverance you were promised will soon be upon us.
Oh, give it back! I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
think that's what I want?
Um.
Remember now. Remember your fear of dying.
I needed to fear the
Terror
giant
will
thing.
carry you across the threshold, make of you an endless. Your prayers will birth a miracle which commands death itself.
What in the...
Oh, they're all ascending.
What's going on?
I did not just beat up a child. That was a grown man, believe it or not.
Securing the requisite ether is simple. I need only reroute lightning energy from living memory.
Oh, good.
Then I encourage the populace to define its form through hope and thought and prayer. Such an abstract method, however, is rife with unpredictable elements. What I wanted was an entity that could defeat you with utmost certainty. To that end, I set strict parameters for a concept of my own design.
No, no concepts.
It was a laborious task, one that required almost more time than I had. But I managed it in the end.
Oh god, you really did create a full summoning circle. Wonderful.
And now, everything is in readiness. I bid you, come forth.
What the fuck are we? Ah! Above the void. Sure.
What is that?
Death itself. Ah. Okay.
A primal summoning, and one defined by a concept, no less. How did he learn such techniques?
I don't know, Ishtola. You tell me.
Keep these close.
Oh, we still had... Why'd you two have those on you?
That is a false deity, brought into being through the prayers of the desperate and the hopeful. The talismans will protect your minds from being enthralled.
Let's go. Why are you two just holding those in your pocket? We... You know, whatever. Hi, Calyx.
Do you still mean to stand against me? Assuming you win, the defeated ask no questions.
We're fighting censorship, maybe. If death is censorship. Oh, can we just fight this with the people? Do I not have to enter this as a trial? Trial? Ageless Necropolis. Oh. Oh, I can. I do not have time to do this tonight. It's getting on for 4 AM and I've got to get up at 8. Well, this could be interesting though. That means I don't have to wait for people next time. Oh. God, I really need to... I am going to go to sleep. Oh. And I guess I'll round out patch tomorrow, maybe? We'll probably finish up that fight in the last couple of story quests tomorrow. Oh, this is... How do I... I'll figure out how to get back here later. Okay. I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna go to bed. It's late. Got most of the way through the story. Hooray! I probably could, but not. I need to be sensible. I've got like a late close to work. Okay. I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna go to bed before I have second thoughts and then have like no sleep. I'm being very sensible. For once. If I log out now, I don't have to rethink about it. Okay. I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna finish things up. I'm gonna finish things up tomorrow. And yeah. Hope you have a good morning, day, afternoon, night. Or whatever your time zone may be. Those were lasers, but we're not gonna worry about it. Right. See ya.